Hello, everybody. Davies Tallow here, back. I'm back finally with a rankings video. The first rankings video, I believe, since December. And I can't remember what, I think it was some song. I ranked some songs off some album, but anyway, that's then. This is now. Done a few videos since then, talking about albums, new albums that came out, other things. Before I get started, a little update on my mother. She passed away on the 19th of February. It was, like I said before, we had her on hospice, so expected. Still not easy. She was a great woman, great mother, fun. She had a fiery temper. I have a temper also, but she always apologized later, for whatever she did. But she was awesome. I will miss her dearly. But we had her graveside yesterday. Cold. Wish it could have been a little bit warmer, but at least it wasn't snowing. Had quite a few people there, family and friends. And it was just wonderful. But yeah, she went that Sunday morning. The previous night, she hadn't been very good. She was unresponsive to me. I kept asking her questions. She wouldn't respond, and I had a feeling that it wasn't going to be too long. And that morning I found her. She'd passed in her sleep. I'm just glad she could pass in her home and not some other place, a rest home or something. But yeah, you people, you've got parents, tell them you love them all the time. Parents, tell your kids you love them all the time. Every time you see them, no matter what, tell them you love them. Because there'll be that day that comes that they won't be there anymore. So, but anyway, we're here to celebrate life, and we celebrated the life of my mother. Told some good stories at gravesite, and we're going to continue on. I'm going to start doing more shows, hopefully better shows. It's tough, but you keep going. The only time you quit is when it's your time. When the man upstairs calls you back, whatever you believe, don't give up. Continue. You might see my cat back there. She might come in and say hello. She likes to come and look at me like, okay, quit playing around and come play with me. So her name's Bella. She's my mom's cat. First, she's my little girl now. And I love her dearly. So anyway, today, if you haven't already guessed, we're going to be ranking the covers of the Dream Theater albums. There's 16 in all. I'm going to include a change of seasons, even though that's not a official album. It is You know, it's got one big long song on it, plus live stuff, but we're going to include it. So we got 16. We're going to start with my least favorite and work all the way up to my what I think is the best. Just because it's last doesn't mean I hate it and I want to destroy it. I just think it's not as good as the others. So anyway, Dream Theater, progressive band that started back in 1985, under the name of Majesty. And it included John Petrucci, John Mayung, Mike Portnoy, and they had vocalist was back then, where was it? Charlie Dominici. So, and before him, Chris Collins. So, of course, they had Kevin Moore on keyboards for the first 3 albums. Then Derek Sherian came in for a couple, and then it's been Jordan Ridis ever since 1999. Still going strong. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of albums that are fantastic, a lot of albums that people just don't care for. But we're here to discuss the album covers. The covers, what grabs our attention right off the bat. Okay. Start at number 16. Number 16. Sweet 16. Or is it? Released September 23rd, 1913. That's what I almost said. September 23rd, 2013. 2013, not 1913. Self-titled album. Boring. Good, good logo. You got the sun coming over the edge of I guess that's supposed to be the Earth. But boring. Back, not much better. Now, if you don't know who Dream Theater is or was or whoever, and you saw this, you'd be like going, who the heck is that? I. Of course, it's supposed to be all the letters of Dream Theater in one symbol. I've been trying to figure that out for a while. I guess that works. But anyway. Good album. The cover, though, could have been so much more. I don't know if you've got any pictures of the band in here. Got some interesting stuff inside. Let's see. There's one thing. Oh, that would have been an awesome cover. So would have this. I think that would have been awesome. Have this over here as the front, and then this is the back. Yeah, that would have been a lot better. Of course, and you got this. What else they got here? Oh, hello. But yeah, it's this one would have been interesting too. But this, come on, guys. I don't know if this is them or the record company. I suspect both. So, anyway, Oh, that's number 16. Okay. On to number 15, which is a really fine album. Can't remember what I ranked it at, but released January 29th, 2002, 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. Interesting cover. Though, I don't know, it was just like they walked into a bathroom at some convenience store or, I don't know, and said, oh, let's just take a picture here. But no, it's just not interesting. And you get the big 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence above Dream Theater. It's like 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence by Dream Theater. So inner cover is not much better. Also, at this point, you had Mike Portnoy and John Petrucci go with the short hairstyle. Of course, and they're also wearing the baggy pants and baggy clothes and stuff. So I don't know. But anyway, that's number 15. Could have been, but the music on there, Glass Prison, love it. One of my favorite all-time Dream Theater songs. Okay. Should we continue on here? Okay. Released March 6th, 1989. The beginning of the beginning of the beginning. When dream and day unite. I remember when I first saw this album cover, I'm like, I don't know. Some guys about to get branded. Just I think it should have been more of a when dream and nightmare come reality. Because if I was in a dream and somebody was coming at me with a red hot iron like that, I would be looking for day. I would be trying to wake up from that. But yeah, it just, no. I'm sorry, but that's when nightmare and day unite. But there's the way they looked back then at the beginning. Of course, that was what's his name, or Charlie Dominici. Got some interesting pictures in here. Here's John Petrucci. Doesn't look like that anymore. There's Charlie. Kevin Moore. Mike Portnoy. And John Mayung. Oh, how time flies and how time people change, right? But anyway, that's number 14. Okay. Alrighty. Number 13. I do believe this is the first CD I ever bought of Dream Theater. I came across Dream Theater from a good friend of mine, Rick. Rick, if you're watching this, thanks for turning me on to these guys. But he sent me their second album, Images and Words. And at first I didn't quite know what to make of this band. It was just, because back then I was more into Metallica and Black Sabbath. I wasn't really into this type of progressive rock. And this is progressive rock. It's not, let's say, hardcore progressive. It's progressive metal, basically. But it's not like you get with bands like King Crimson or what's the other band I'm trying to think of? Oh my heck. It was right there, and now it just flew out of my mind. But, bands like King Crimson, are really, really hardcore progressive rock. Progressive metal is fantastic. A lot of people don't care for it because you get the longer compositions, and here you got one long composition, which is the title of the album. So number 13, Change of the Season. And title track, Change of the Season, or Change of Seasons. Not Change of a Season, Change of Seasons. A Change of Seasons. Yeah, I'll get it right one of these days. 23 minutes long. I think that's what it is. Yeah, 23 minutes, 9 seconds. And can't remember, I don't think this is the longest song they've done. I could be wrong. But anyway, you got the rest of them's live. You got bootlegs, covers. Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding, Elton John, Perfect Strangers, Deep Purple, The Rover, Achilles' Last Stand, on and on. Of course, the cover, again, interesting, but kind of, I don't know. I think it could have been a little bit better. There's the band. First one with Derek Sherian. But, oh no, good album, but cover, I don't know. Could have been so much better. So anyway, that was my number 13. On to number 12. Okay. Now, the Change of the Season wasn't an official album. It's more of a album to get by. I thought I'd better throw that in there because that wasn't an official album, even though it had one long studio track on it. Anyway, number 12. Another album that has a mediocre image on it. Released September 23rd, 1997. Wasn't that the date that their self-titled album was released? Interesting. Falling into Infinity. kind of interesting, but I don't know. It's falling into infinity. Two guys looking at each other. Or at least this right here, this symbol for infinity. I think they'd have been better off using that. Who knows? But yeah, good album. Short songs on this one, just a couple long ones. But yeah, another bland cover. Uh, who did the cover? Does it say who did the cover? Cover art. Oh, Storm Thurgeson at Hypnosis. I've always noticed that his album covers can be interesting at times, but other times they could be boring as heck. Sorry, but this is boring. Guess I should have seen who did the other covers, but oh well. So anyway, good album, bland cover. First official album with Derek Shreen, and the last album with Derek Shreen, which is too bad. Can't remember the reason why he left, but I'm sure it was button heads with probably John Petrucci and Mike Portnoy. Who knows? So anyway, that's number 12. On to number 11. Okay. Released June 7th, 2005. Number 11. Come out number 11. Aquavarium. Again, kind of interesting, but I don't know, kind of bland. Again, I can't remember what they call these things, these balls that, where you let go and they go back and forth. Okay, yeah. Newton's Cradle. So, I don't know. I think it could have been more interesting. Does it say who did the cover? No, it doesn't. Art direction, Hugh Seam. Okay, well, I don't know. Got some Newton's Cradle with birds, and on the background you got, I guess, a lady or trying to avoid the big ball. This more something like that'd be on a Miley Cyrus cover. Wrecking Ball. Ugh. So anyway, that's number 11. On to number 10. Okay, released June 4th, 2007. Whoop. Grabbing two at one time here. Album another fantastic album. Systematic Chaos. Systematic Chaos. Systematic Chaos. When I first saw this album cover, what came to mind was Salt Lake City. Or, I guess it depends on where you live. To me, it was Salt Lake City. I guess if you lived in Los Angeles, it could be something in downtown LA. getting off and on interstates. But there's down in Salt Lake, there was an area that had something like this. I remember when I was a kid. First time I saw something, freeway on and off ramps and stuff like this. It just blew a little country boy's mind, away. I knew what cities were like, but being there and seeing stuff like this, just was awesome and disturbing at the same time. I guess this could, you got a bunch of ants with a bunch of roads. That is more what the title comes across saying. Of course, why they call it systematic chaos is beyond me, because I don't know. The songs don't come off that way. But anyway, that's my number 10. Bunch of ants and roads. Hey, they should call it ants and roads. Ants and roads. Ants in the roads. Okay. That's number 10. On to number 9. Okay. An album that released September. Hey, come up with a new month. Now we got 13 months. February. I was looking at September and February at the same time. That's when it was recorded, from June to September 2018. Released February 22nd, 2019. Of course, I'm talking about Distance Over Time. Yeah. Describes what the title's about, I guess. You got the skull with in the palm of a robot, android, whatever. But I don't know. More interesting pictures inside. That could have been a little bit better covers. Cover art. Yeah. Here's the band. But all in all, a decent cover. Back's pretty good too. But still, we're getting better under covers here. Of course, in my eyes. So that's my number 9, Distance Over Time. Okay, onward we go. Okay, released September 12th, 2011. A lot of albums by Dream Theater released in September. First one with Mike Mangini on drums. I'm talking about A Dramatic Turn of Events. Decent cover. Kind of interesting, but still lacking in my eyes. The songs on here are fantastic. Bridges in the Sky and Outcry, two of my favorite songs of this album. But I don't know. We got a plane's rudder wing with some guy about ready to get his rope's about ready to break. I don't know. to the looks like maybe a Hignosis album. No, Mike Simey, whatever. Again, cover art. Okay, that's number 8. Number 8. On to number 7. Okay, released October 4th, 1994. Got a little ways out of September. We're getting better on the covers here. This is really interesting, though a little bit strange. Awake. Back, I got. I think this is the last one with Kevin Moore. But all in all, good album. But the cover art's getting interesting. This is what I'm talking about. This is what Dream Theater is about. This kind of cover. Is it the best? No. If it was the best, we wouldn't be talking about it right now, but it's good. So that is number 7. On to number 6. Released October 26, 1999. An album that kind of like, but it's not one of my favorites. Not one I reach for that much. But the album cover is really interesting. I'm talking about Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. Interesting cover. It's got a bunch of pictures making up a face, which is kind of creepy. Wouldn't you say? Really creepy. But interesting at the same time. To me, it's following what the album's about. A lot of pictures, scenes from memories. That's kind of spooky. The album itself is really good. It's not my favorite, though. A lot of people revere this album. I can't remember what I ranked it at with my album rankings. But still, a good album, good cover. We're getting more interesting here as we go. So that's number 6. Okay, we're at the top 5 at 5. Released June 23rd, 2009. 2009. The last album with Mark. His brother Mark and his other brother Mark. Mike Portnoy on drums. Talking about Black Clouds and Silver Linings. Again, it harks back to images and words. Same with this and Awake. Back cover, fantastic. It just screams this screams darkness and brightness at the same time. You got songs like A Nightmare to Remember and The Shattered Fortress. Kind of Tuscany, it's just, this album cover fits it to a T. Could be easily my number 1, but I think what's to come are a little bit better. Just a little bit better. So that's my number 5. Okay, the album that really got things going for Dream Theater. Released June. July 7th, 1992. Very first album I heard by these guys. This one my friend Rick sent me, though it was on cassette. Images and Words. Look at that cover. Screaming, Dream Theater. Of course, there's the guys on the back. The original 5. Well, not the original 5, but 4 of the original 5. Along with James LeBray, who would is still with them, who would help get things rolling in the right direction after their debut. Well, I don't know if you could actually say this is the classic lineup. Kevin Moore, he was only around for 3 albums, which is too bad. I think he was a great keyboard. Nothing against Jordan Redis. I think Jordan's fantastic. It would just been interesting to see what would happen if Kevin stayed with him. So here you got, classic, Pull Me Under. Pull me under, pull me under. Just fantastic. Metropolis Part 1, Under the Glass Moon, fantastic song with a fantastic cover. But the best is yet to come. That's my number 4, Images and Words. Okay, released October 22nd, 2021. It's been over a year already. I just got this the other day. Talking about their most current album, A View from the Top of the World. Of course, there's the current band. A lot of people think this is the best version of Dream Theater. A lot of people don't, wish Mike Portnoy would come back. I think Mike Mangini's done a great job. He's not Mike Portnoy, but he doesn't want to be Mike Portnoy. He wants to be Mike Mangini. Great back cover. Love it. Front cover. Fantastic. Again, in the vein of Images and Words. I mean, it just... So who did this one? Oh, Hugh Smythe. How do you pronounce... Syme? Syme? Apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Of course, Andy Sneap. God, Andy, he gets his fingers on everything nowadays, it seems. But yeah, that's improvement. It's not the greatest cover, but I think it comes pretty close. It comes good enough to be number 3. So on to number 2. Okay. Released November 11th, 2003. An album cover that when I first saw it creeped me out. It did. And even now, this album cover just, screams creepiness. Talking about Train of Thought. It does. You got a tunnel with a bunch of black birds or crows with an eye looking at you with the Dream Theater logo on it. I mean, it just creeps me out every time but it's fantastic. I love it. Uh, who did the cover art? Anita Marisa Bar- Baraboon, who did the art direction. Photography artwork, Jerry Ulsman. So it could easily be my number one, but my number one, I think, is a little tad better, because this one, my number one, number two, because it creeps me out, and in a good way, Let's put it this way, and the songs on it are fantastic, though not the best, but they're still a fantastic album. Okay, and I'm sure you know what my number one is. That infamous album that came out on January 29th, 2016. That album that a lot of people, well, everybody I've heard talk about it have nothing good to say about it. But the artwork is fantastic. Talking about The Astonishing. And it does. The artwork on this, I just love. Look at that door. I guess it's supposed to be a door. You got, this right here, this map. Just awesome. So, got pictures of the characters in here. Just fantastic. So, whatever, regardless of what you think about the music, the storyline, and it is a story. That's what they're telling here, is a story via music. It's still fantastically done, artwork put together. Who did the artwork? Where is it? Doesn't say. Or does it? Engineering cover. Oh, cover art. J Ma. I guess that's how you pronounce it. J-E or J-I-E and then M-A. Cover art direction, Sean Mosher Smith. Well, I think it's just great. It's just, I like the storyline. I like some of the music in here. It's just a long haul. Very long. When I first heard that they were doing something this long, I'm like, wow. Of course, a lot of the songs aren't very long to begin with. You got Descend of the Nomadics, 1 minute 10. The Answer, 150, it's under 2 minutes. You got The Hovering Senyorn, 27 seconds. So basically, you got quite a few things on here. They're 2 minutes or less. But then you got your usual stuff. It's 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3. Not long songs. It's just a long album. And I know Pete Pardo on Sea of Tranquility said he went and saw this tour, and he left. He got bored, so he left, and that's I don't know if I would have left. I think it would have been interesting to see how they put this on, but I think eventually they must have stopped playing the whole thing and just went to doing certain songs like The Gift of Music and stuff. But that aside, the cover art is fantastic. I mean, just brilliant. It fits the songs of the album atmosphere, just to a T. It's just too bad that the music couldn't have been, held on better, But, it's something I think Jordan and Petrucci wanted to do, and I can see where they're coming from. If it's a dream that you want to do, you want to follow, go for it. And it's put together really well. The songs, everything, the writing, it's not for everybody. So if you get this album and you say, God, that artwork's fantastic. I mean, the album must be fantastic too. Depends on the ear of the beholder here. You might like it. You might end up taking it back and having to resell it for $5. Who knows? So, but anyway, that's my number one. So we do a little recap here. That's my number one. The Astonishing. Like I said, regardless of what the songs are like, the album cover is fantastic. Number two, Train of Thought. Number three, A View from the Top of the World. Number four, Images and Words. Number five, Black Clouds and Silver Linings. Number six, Metropolis Part 2. Number 7, Awake. Number 8, A Dramatic Turn of Events. Number 9, Distance Over Time. Number 10, Systematic Chaos. Number 11, Octavarium. Number 12, Falling into Infinity. Number 13, Change of a Season. A Change of Seasons. Change of a Season. I think I say that because there is a album called A Change of a Season. Number 14, When Dream and Day Unite. Or When Nightmares and Days Unite. Number 15, 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. 6 Degrees of Mumbo Jumbo. And number 16, self-titled Dream Theater. So anyway, there you go, everybody. The album cover's ranked. Great band. A lot of people think the music they do is overblown. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I just love longer songs. Especially when they're well done. If it's a song that's long and it's boring as heck, I won't even bother. I don't like all the long songs like Octavarium. It's good. I don't care for it that much. I think Change of a Season is better. But it wouldn't be Dream Theater without long songs. Though I know a lot of people said they wish they would do shorter stuff. Speaking of which, I think. Okay, yeah. The title song from view from the top of the world is 20 minutes, just over 20 seconds, 24 seconds over 20 minutes. Of course, they're all long: 9 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes. Usual. Of course, we know a lot of people say, if they do shorter songs, they can do more songs. What does it matter? If you do more songs or longer songs, or shorter songs or longer songs or whatever. But anyway, that's Dream Theater. You like them or you don't. I like them. Anyway, excuse me. Hope you enjoyed that one. Kind of had a hard time deciding what the heck was that. Something squeaked. Kind of hard time to decide what I was going to do today. Trying to get back in the groove of things. After you've lost a loved one, especially a parent, it's kind of hard, but we'll get there. We'll get going here. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to try to get more videos out, do some more reviews. I have been listening to some new stuff lately. I can't remember if I mentioned this before, but I listened to Obituary, the band Obituary. Let me change my scene here, man. You dig that, man? Change my scene, man. Oh, I was listening to Clutch, their most recent album, Sunrise on Slaughter Beach. Hard, heavy, fantastic. Another band that's I was turned on to by my friend Rick, Leah, called, and I've listened to one album so far. Part of one album, The Quest. You like melodic rock, in the vein of what did I say? Moody Blues meets Dream Theater. Fantastic band. What else have I listened to here? Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh. No, that's not where I want to be. Oh, good grief. I know I'm looking forward to the new Jethro Tull album. Oh, In Flames. Kind of interested. Listen to that. It's interesting, though. Something I wouldn't reach for very often. Of course, I've been really getting into Celtic Frost lately. Of course, I get that box set of their first 3 albums. Their 4th album, Cold Lakes, kind of interesting. You can tell he was trying. Tom Warrior was trying to do something different. Of course, like people say, that's Tom Warrior for you. He was an experimentation. He wasn't shy about trying different things. The 5th album, Vanity / Nemesis, I think is really good comeback. And then you got Monothesis, dark, doomy. Their last album came out in 2006. Fantastic. Looking forward to getting those. But the first three albums just awesome. Morbid Tales to Megatherion and Into the Pandemonium. Let's see, what else have I? Oh, Beyond the Black. Fantastic band. Female fronted. Love it. Leather. Another female fronted band. I think her name, she goes by Leather, but Leather Leone is her full name. Awesome lady. Awesome singer. Beast in Black, I've heard some of that. Fantastic. I'm going to get to that. Iron Flame. Go check out some more of that. Haven't had really a chance to check it out. That so much music out there, so much fantastic music. Another band I was listening to. Oh, what was it called? Hang on a sec. Iron Claw from 1970. Awesome rock, heavy, hard hitting. You want to check it out. So much music from when I was a kid that I didn't know about, and I'm just finding out about today, and I love it. I find discovering all this new music all the time, every single day. It's just never ending. People say, "Well, yeah, but that's from the 1970s," and people saying, people spend too much time in the 70s and 80s. So what? So what? There was a lot of fantastic music made back then. There's good music being made today too, but I still have not heard everything that came out back in the 1970s or 80s. I know there's more great music. It's just getting the time to listen to all of it, But anyway, go out, check out these bands. Iron Claw. There's another one that's called Thunder Mother that I've got to listen to. But they said they come up with strange names nowadays. They had some strange names back then too. Thunder Mother, Iron Claw. There was another one I can't remember. It was Iron something, not Iron Butterfly, but it's Iron something. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, check it out. Give it a try. If you have to lose a few minutes of your time, but give it a chance. That's what this channel is about. Getting information out to people, you the public, stirring your interest. Check it out. Just don't concentrate on today's music. There's music way back when that's just as heavy and hard hitting as today's. There's music back then that's easy listening as today's. Moody Blues. You got a lot of wonderful bands. They're like from the blues to Obituary. Of course, Obituary is more of a recent band, but check them all out. So anyway, don't know what I'll be doing next. Still got a lot of things to do. I got to go through a lot of my mother's stuff. Got to get the house straightened up. Hopefully, in a month or two, I'll have a different office. I'm thinking about moving my office to the room that was hers because it's a lot bigger, a lot more room. This small bedroom. This was my grandmother's bedroom when she was a little girl. It's just so cramped. I got too much stuff in here. Uh, anyway, I don't know if I told this before, but I finally got a cell phone. Look at that. It reminds me of a brick that's been smashed. But this one takes videos. Hopefully I'm going to be doing videos outside. Do some other videos, maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll figure out that as we go. The year is young yet. We're just barely 2 months into it. 2023, I hope it's a better year. It's kind of started out crappy, with my mother getting sick and passing away. But I know she would want me to remain positive and keep going, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my dangest to keep going. Come out with some entertainment for you people. Please subscribe. It helps my channel out. Like the video too. It helps out. Leave a comment down below. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And have a good week. Less than a month away from spring. Let's get the spring first, Davies. Let's get the spring first. Ugh. That spring is just around the corner. Less than a month away. I'm excited. Get some warm weather. Get the springtime craving. To get out and do stuff. Like I said, I got the cell phone that can record. Maybe I'll do some videos outside. Yeah, in the nice sun. So anyway, have a good week and keep going. Don't give up. No matter how hard times get. I know they're getting hard over in Europe. All my European brothers and sisters, who watch me, thanks for subscribing. All my American friends and everything, thanks for subscribing. Don't got very many subscribers, but hopefully we'll do something about that. So anyway, see you later.